Okay, so in question 3 we have 3 things to find out. We've got this length here, CG. We've got the length between C and D, which is the whole thing here, and EF. So EF, let's do it in blue here, EF. Alright, so the most important piece of information in the whole thing is these 2 points. If G is the intersection point of the medians, let's first look also at M. It's the intersection points of the median of CDK. So if we drew a line from K, it's actually going to pass through G and M. So let's do that because they're both medians. Let's make that point clear. Now because M is a median of CDK, that means that this length and this length are equal. So if we find CG, well, that means that CD is going to be 2 times the length of CG, so we'll get that for free. So that's a nice, handy piece of information. But also we should see here, as we continue the median, G is the median of ABK, which means that these 2 lengths here are equal. Now that is useful because we know that the total length is 12, which means that each of these lengths must be 6. Alright, so what we're going to do now to find CG is to concentrate on the, let's give a vertex label to this point here that we drew the median down here on AB. What haven't we used? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, let's call this. This point here, let's call it H, so that now we can talk about this triangle here as AHK. Alright, so this is going to be our important triangle, AHK, because we can see that there's some similar triangles because, and I'll go over them a little bit here, these arrows here show that the lines CG and EM are parallel, which means that we're going to have some equal corresponding angles. Alright, so AHK, why don't you pause the video now and try and find the 2 similar triangles that are similar to AHK. Alright, well hopefully you did pause it, and hopefully you're not just going to watch, but here's how I did it. I'm going to say that I'm going to look now at this smaller triangle here. The angle matching with A would be C, matching with HG, and K, of course, is in both triangles. Now this is also similar to this smaller triangle here. A matches with E, H with M, and also with K there. So the reason all of those are similar is because 2 angles are equal. We can say that they have the common angle here at K, and then all of these angles are corresponding because of the parallel lines, which actually are also shown here. Alright, so we're going to use the ratio of the sides here. We've got 6 over here. 6 is the value that we know, so that's going to be useful to compare CG and EM. And the other part that's going to be useful for us is this part here, which I might do in light blue. For this median here, we have some properties. We could say that, let's just focus on this part here for M, CDK. That means, remember our ratios of K to 2K. But also remember that G is also this ratio works. So we could have 3K, and then this length here would be a half of that, which would be 3 over 2K. Now that's not going to look too good. We can actually avoid these fractions by making these ratios slightly different. Hopefully I can undo it. Yep, here we go. So instead of calling this central part K, let's call it 2K, which means this part would be 4K, doubling the length. And remember this length here, which is 6K, this length will be half of that, so 3K. Great, so this is super useful now because we can use the ratios here of these sides. So let's redo this yellow bit. We're after CG, so let's find CG. Now the corresponding side to that would be 6. Yeah. All right, so then let's use the side lengths that we just found on the medians. That's going to be, now CG is going to match up in the smaller triangle with GK, which we can see is 6K. And Also, in the large triangle, the whole bit is 3k plus 2k is 5k plus 4k gives us 9k. Right, so these k's are going to cancel. We don't have to worry about that. 6 and 9 also have a common factor of 3, so we could say that's 2 over 3. So just using our algebra now, CG is going to be 2 times 6 divided by 3. We can see some more cancelling is going to go on here. 6 goes into 3 2 times, and so the length of CG is going to be 4. We're not giving any units, so that's fine. CG is 4. CD is going to be 2 times 4, so CD is going to be 8. All right, so the last thing we need to look at is EF. So EF, again, because M was the median, we can say that EF is going to be double the length of EM. So EM is going to be important for us. The length of EM. Okay, so that's going to be the corresponding base there was 6, remember? And so let's look at, for our median ratios here, EM is going to correspond with 4K. And we're looking at the large triangle as the comparison ratio here, 9K. The K's will cancel, 4 and 9 don't have a common factor. So we should use algebra again. Oops, let's use light blue for the length of EM is equal to 6 times by 4 over 9. Again, we can see some nice cancelling here with the 6 and the 9. It's going to give us, dividing by 3 there, 2 times 4 over 3, and that's going to be 8 over 3. So that's our length here for EF, 8 over 3. So quite a lot of working out, but if we work step by step, not too difficult. The important parts were using this ratio here in blue along this median line here, and also using the similar triangles that we saw by constructing the line through G and M. So well done if you followed that, and we'll see you again in another video soon. Bye for now.